So let's go into episode 3 of Behind the Sleeps.
Behind the Sleeps.
So let's go into episode 3 of Behind the Scenes of Sleep Society recording. We're in a field. We're at Treehouse Studios.
Which is Carl's fucking pad.
We've done all of our records pretty much here. We've been here for some part, the earlier ones, incomplete.
Yeah.
Incompletion?
Incomplete?
The whole of the record.
Got neck deep in at our place, so we've come here. And so Carl doesn't have to drive for the day, and we'll come and do a vocal day here. We're going to finish the vocals on Sleep Society, your new favourite song.
The record's taken so long to do, as always, but it's just so funny, like, looking back at this and just remembering how hot that room is at Carl's, and then, like, Loz is in shorts and t-shirt, and he's actually got a tan, and, like, now it's fucking winter. Always takes so fucking long.
You ready, dude?
We've made so many records with Carl that we know all of his little mutters and all of his... You ready, dude? He's just got all these little... You good? You good, dude? You good, dude? All these, like, little... studio things that over the years we're just like, ah? And we realise now that he has to say them, but we've just heard it so many times that we start finding them funny.
You're like totally me.
No, now I'm totally you.
Yeah.
For this episode and this episode only.
Motherfucking sounds on my mouth. Want to make some fire in the studio. And one sounds on my mouth.
Like 1997.
He was like, yeah, I'm just dropping fire in the studio. You're like, yeah, that's what everyone does. And one sounds on my mouth.
Let's go.
You'll find me on the other side. Don't be long. Yeah, when I can feel alive.
Love how, like, there's a warning sign behind the flame on this. Burns the whole fucking studio down.
Yeah, when I can feel alive. It feels so different here now. Like spiders under my skin. We're paralyzed, but...
Oh, fucking getting it right bad.
Oh, dude. Yes. Someone else getting the headaches in the studio. Love it. Every time I scream, I think everyone's heard this, haven't they? Fuck it. Another day, another vocal session, another Ribena. Oh, dribble.
Another one to make.
It's the difference between It's even better.
It's the difference of opinion, drawing lines across the line we live in. You're entitled to a voice, so let me hear it. Resilient, it's time to be the change you want to witness. It started as a vision, now we live it.
This part was one of those things that I wrote it. It might be the first thing I wrote for this record, I think. Wrote it with no music in mind, just as like as a sort of fast, rappy middle eight. I really enjoy writing like this because it's so syllable related and like it has such a poetic side to it because everything has to like all the noises and the phonetics inside the words have to bounce into the next one and then it has to make sense and it has to say something cool. But I really enjoyed this like fast style of writing. I almost find it a lot easier to write a fast, poetic, rappy section than I do a slow section. And then when Sean was doing the music side of stuff, like one day I was just like, hold on a minute, let's try that over it. Tried it and we were just like, that is fucking made for it. That's always how these things happen. They're just like jigsaw pieces and you don't know what they're gonna go with, and then one day you're like, oh, that makes the picture.
It's the difference of opinion, drawing lines across the land we live in. You're entitled to a voice, so let me hear it. Resilient, it's time to be the change you want to witness. So started with a vision.
I don't know why we didn't leave that in. It's fucking so funny.
I'm about to go and live it.
Yeah,
You're trying to be all grime, right? Trying to be
right.
us and now we live it.
Yeah.
So do you just want live it?
Yes.
No, not it. Just say
Live
live it.
Live it.
Yeah.
Entitled to a voice, and now we live it. It's the difference of opinion, drawing lines across the land we live in. You're entitled to a voice, so let me hear it. Resilient, it's time to be the change you want to witness. It started as a vision, now we live it.
The tables will turn, it won't be the first, it won't be the last. We're here to prove that we can speak for the masses. If you give what you take what you give. You want to rebuild, create a system where the people exist.
I said, be built. You want to be built? Oh, you want to be built, do you?
Brian Dundee.
We're in a system where the people exist.
The tables will turn, it won't be the first, it won't be the last. We're here to prove that we can speak for the masses. If you give what you take what you give. You want to rebuild, create a system where the people exist.
This could be the one.
You know when you get a response like that in the studio, that's what's gonna happen. Fucking, that guitar sounds beaut.
This guitar is the first ESP LTD I ever owned. Bought it in like 2000 and probably like 2007, something like that. Maybe even a bit earlier, when we were like metal. Fucking, I want to be an Azalea Dying or Kill Switch. I want some fucking EMGs, 81, the metalcore rig, and got this EC1000. It got completely trashed. I played it for years, and then Sean played it for years. I think I played it in Crow's video, and then it was completely trashed. We toured it for years, and then this year actually rebuilt it all and restored it and did it with nice parts and sold it because I had to sell a load of guitars to buy my new house. And then ESP basically saw that I'd sold my original one and were like, you've got to have an EC1000, and sent us this one for recording.
Most of my leads are never really absolutely finalised before I actually record them for real. I always have like bass ideas and then I like to actually finish writing them in the studio because my tone's a little bit cleaner, it's a bit more precise, the pressure's on a little bit and it pulls really good lead patterns out of me, and me and Carl really bounce off well with each other, even if he's just there listening. I usually come up with really good stuff on the spot in the studio, so most of my leads are always quite improvised from like a bass line, which is quite cool. Or is it cool? Or is it shit? Don't know.
I think I make an alternate version.
I get really bad like FOMO, fear of missing out, so I'll write a piece and I'm like, and then I write another one, I'm like, oh, I don't know which one's better. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna do an alternate version, so maybe I have one on one chorus and one on another. Anything I write, I'm like, can it be better? Can I do it another way? It's mastered now, it's out, Spotify and everything, so fucking... How do you end sentences?
Yeah.
Don't get me as hard as the original one.
It doesn't get me as hard as the original.
It doesn't
I'm
me,
just
I think it
wondering
was
whether
just-
you should have a.
I think we were just hyped the other day, you know what I mean?
I think it could be
glow sticks out.
that yeah thing.
But I like the new notes I just made while trying to make the trance run though. It's because the options are fucking endless and everything sounds really nice and I just get fucking freaked out. I'm like, which one's the right one? I think I picked the right one. Yes, did I? Probably not. But it is that search that I live for. I do love the search because the possibilities are endless. Okay? That's what means the most to me. I think I've done now. Thoughts?
I really like it.
Ginger cobs?
I like it.
It's really cool.
Yeah, just turn it on.
Oh, is it all about me? Is that coming around at me now, right? Oh, is it all about me? No, it's not about me. No, it's not about me.
It's been coming to the phrase that black and yellow, black and yellow. I might just have to put it in. Dude, if inspiration finds me, bro, it finds me. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it, dude. What? too late, it's on now.
That's what's so crazy when you can just play that, all the scales and shit. It's like,
It's just years and years
no end.
of genius experience rolled up into one moment.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Thanks. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to eat slap and pickle. Bye. Bye.